for today is my first job in Canada. So when I landed in Canada, landed the Thursday and school was the following Monday. I went and I started school. I knew I had to look for a job because I didn't have a lot of money with me, right? And I was also at the same time paying a mortgage back home and also paying a loan back home. So I knew I had to get employment. A friend of mine said, you know what? The best thing to do, I suggest that you go walk in downtown, bring your resume. So that's exactly what I did. I said, you know what? I just need something right now that I can help to pay my bills and that will work with my school time. So we went walking downtown. We came across the Dollarama store. That's on Portage Avenue. There was this lady that came in just before me. And while I was there waiting on the manager, she was speaking with the manager. I didn't get a good vibes, from the manager. I almost didn't go to him because the lady was asking about her resume. And it was like he was saying to her, it's like, I don't know, like he was saying he don't know or something like that. And then when she stepped out, the assistant manager said, oh, it's in file 13. And they both laughed. Guys, they laughed. They laughed. They had a good laugh, guys. They had a good laugh. And I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. Should I go? Anyways, I went to him and I spoke with him nicely. And he said to me, he said, come back. Like he would say, come back next week, Tuesday. Yeah, come back next week, Tuesday. I handed him my resume and he looked at it and he said, come back next week, Tuesday. And then as I was walking off, I heard him say to the assistant manager, these are the resumes that I would take. That's what he said. Guys, I gave him a power talk. I gave him a power talk, guys. All dressed up. Yeah, I had on my nice denim blue jeans and my nice little shirt, my face made up and my hair well combed. Yes, and a power talk. He said, come back. Guys, I went back. When I went back, he asked me for my documents. I brought them in. And then after that, he said he will call me. And it took him about 2 weeks for him to call me. I guess what was happening is that head office, he had to send my documents to head office. They had to go through them, do their checks, and put my documents through the system. Guys, I was so elated. I was excited, but I was nervous at the same time, guys. I've never worked in retail in all my life. Never, ever. Anyways, guys, I was employed as an associate cashier, sales associate / cashier. So that means, guys, your head, cook, back washer, everything, guy. You're everything. It didn't matter to me. I went and I started working. The first day, they showed me how to cash and they showed me their system and stuff. The next day, they showed me around the store and, I started to get familiar with everybody and with everything. But guys, working there, it was both intriguing and terrifying at the same time. And this is what made it so. This store was never out of drama. Never out. Guys, when I go in for a shift, I would go in for a 4.5 hour shift. And out of that 4 hours, 4.5 hours, 4 hours would be activities in the store. During that time, you can have anywhere between 5 attempted robberies and robberies. Guys, I mean robbery. People stealing. 4 hours. People stealing. They're fighting, guys. They're fighting the security. Big fight. Not no small fight, guys. Big fights. They have to throw them down. They wrestle. One man fighting to security and manager at the same time. Guys, I never said, guys, I'm from Jamaica, right? I am from what we would call, what they call it, developing country. Yes, I'm coming to Canada, guys, a first world country. I'm not coming to Canada expecting to see certain things, guys. I am not. I was shocked in my life. I have never ever seen, guys, so many theft. I have never ever seen it in such a small space, in such a small and short amount of time. Guys, it was terrifying at times, guys. Terrifying. I enjoyed my time there, guys, but sometimes it was not easy. I remember going in for my shift at 5 o'clock. And while I was going through the aisles to clock in, I realized that the customers were all staying to one side of the store. I didn't go and investigate right away. I hurried, I clocked in, I went downstairs and put away my stuff. When I came back up, I went to that side to where they were avoiding. Guys, in the big store, 13 aisle store, long aisles. Guess what I saw on the floor? Human feces, guys. Human feces. The gentleman came in the store, squat down like you're on the toilet, right? Took off his pants, his briefs, and put down the feces there, right in the store, on the ground, right there. He then walked a couple paces, guys, and he sat down again, and he started to defecate on the floor again. And then he was walking around in the store. He was walking around in the store, guys. Somehow they got him out the store. And guys, guess who had to clean the mess, guys? Yours truly had to clean the mess with another staff member. Nobody wanted to touch it. She was even there before me, but she didn't want to touch it. Apparently, she didn't want to touch it alone. It was when I was asked to do it, then I think she probably looked in herself and said, you know what, let me go and help her. Guys, human feces. The gentleman repeated it again about 2 weeks after that. He was banned from the store because by now they had marked his face. They showed him to the security guard, everybody. Just before COVID came, you had, I think, 3 cash registered. They now had put in 3 self-checkout machines, guys. They trained us to use the machine. And because I was cashing at the time, right? When they brought the self-checkout machine, they closed down 2 of the cash registers and only had 1 there. So persons like me, who was a cashier, now would have to stand at the front to help the people and to show them how to use the machine. This was the job now, to help people, to show them how to use the machine, and if they needed help, to help them cash out, because these machines were very, very new to a lot of persons, right? Only a few retail stores had them at the time. I think Walmart had them and maybe one other, but you know, it was new to Dollarama and it was new to that side of town, right? Guys, the people would come, you'll be standing there, and they know that you're standing there, guys. They know that you're seeing them. Because they're stealing, they start to get mean, guys. They start to cuss you out. They would just, especially some of them who came with a baby or a prom. Guys, when you look under the prom seat, You look on the seat, guys, you will just see the items they push under the prom seat, and they're just checking out what is on top. So if you're not paying attention, guys, they're gone out through the door with the people's things. You'll have to nicely say, do you want to cash these out? You know what I mean? Yes, sometimes you just say, do you want to cash these out? Do you want to check these out? You know, guys, even when you say it to some of them, they will probably just tell you, I didn't buy it. It's not from in here. You will just indicate to the security, depending on who, because sometimes you're trying to talk to the security in a nice, silent way, and they're not picking up. But some of them do pick up, and some of them see them. By the time they reach to the security guys, the security will be saying, can I have your receipt? And some of them, guys, I remember this lady very, very well. Some of them would be saying, no, I'm not giving you any receipt. Yes, you're trying to, they love to say that you're trying to harass me. You're trying to harass me. Don't harass me. I remember this lady very well. She had a prom. She had a baby in the prom. The lady put on down one piece of quarreling. So she said to the security guard, who was of Indian descent, oh, you son nigger. And she started to quarrel, guys. Words I can't say on live. It was very bad. So by now, you had customers that came to look on what was going on. The manager came, the assistant manager came. So the manager said to her, manager said what was going on. So the security told what was going on. The security said, these things she have in the bag here, she paid for them. There are things underneath the seat. She's not paying for it all. She started to quarrel again. She pushed the pram in the direction of the exit door, guys. Going out, want to go out. So the security blocked her. The security said, no, you're not going out. So guys, in the store, you had the security that had the uniform on, so you know it was a security. And you have plain clothes security. They don't know that somebody else is in the store. So that security, when he came, he says to her, Madam, we're going to have to charge you today. You're not leaving here without showing us the receipt. We're going to have to charge you. We're going to call the police, and then we're going to have to charge you, right, with theft if you don't show us whatever. I don't know if she thought it was police or what. But then she pulled some stuff out from under the seat and she threw them on the floor and said, this is what I have. This is all I have. I have this, you're effing whatever. Guys, these people can go on bad, real bad. When they start to quarrel, guys. Anyways, the manager says to her, do you have anything else? We still have to search. Let us search. She didn't want to. She started to quarrel again. Anyways, the baby started to cry, guys, because by this time, the baby that was in the prom that she had, she picked up the baby. By the time she picked up the baby, the manager then went in the prom, picked out a lot of stuff, guys, even at the side there. She took things at the side that the baby was sitting. Oh my goodness. Say, by this time, guys, they had managed to take out all of the things that were in there. They gave her, put back the bag with the things that she had paid for, right? And she put the baby back in the seat. All this time, guys, all this time throughout, she's quarreling, guys. Quarreling, good quarrel. And then she went through the door. This time, they allowed her to go through. The manager told her, you're not allowed in here anymore. Don't come back. Do not come back in this store. You are banned. She looked at him. She says, oh, you effing retarded. I come anytime I want to come. The attitude of most of these people I'm telling you about. These are not immigrants like us. Yes? And of course, surely you would see her back in the store. Yeah, that was some of the activities that went on with this job, guys. You don't know what is going to happen. At any point in time, you don't know. You just don't know. You're going to work, but you gotta be prepared for anything. Never a dull day, guys. And I stayed there for a year. Yes, when I graduated, I moved on to another employment. That was my very first job, guys. Very, very first job. And I did it for a year. 1 year, guys. 1 year. Anyways, until we meet again, or until I see you in another live, or you see me in another live or another video, walk good and God bless. Okay, bye.